Hello, hello. It's Carrie. So much glitter. Welcome back to my channel. I don't know if I've ever shown myself on here on YouTube. So welcome, welcome. Please let me know if you can hear me, if I have an okay connection. It says I do. I don't know if that's true. Hey, View. Hey, girl. So I'm basically on location today because my self-care does not look the same every weekend. Art is my first form of self-care, my chosen form of self-care, but so is reading, and so is going to the beach. So I live about 35 minutes away from the beach. So I'm on location today in Carlsbad, California. It sounds so fancy when I say it that way, so that's a lot of fun. I'm on the beach. Hey, Christina. So I decided because I have a long weekend, I was going to do a bit of a different self-care video today. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to be honest and raw. I'm not wearing any makeup. I'm in my Sunday best. And I'm at the beach. I have my whole little setup here. The sun hasn't even come out yet. So I'm eventually going to just read and kind of chill out and eat my breakfast burrito because I grabbed Angelo's burgers on the way. Very exciting. Hey, Christina. So I wanted to do probably a shorter live today, but I wanted to chat with all of you and kind of, I'll vocalize my gratitude and then I'm going to put it in my gratitude jar. But I just kind of wanted to hop on here and see if everyone else is as self-care ADHD as I am. Does your self-care look the same all of the time? Do you not practice self-care enough? What do you do? So let me know if I cut out because I just lost a bar. So I'm going to go ahead and try to scoot back over to where I was, but I think it's temporary. It's obviously the weather as well. So if you're not familiar with San Diego or San Diego County at all, I'm in Carlsbad, and we have the famous May gray. And that means it's going to be overcast. It rains the whole way here on me. And all of May, it's normally overcast and doesn't get sunny until a little bit later, although I see the sun peeking up over there. And then we have June gloom, which is a whole different form of May gray. But I live inland about 35 minutes north, and we get the sun basically all the time. So, hey, Flo. Hi, welcome. So I did just kind of get done explaining that this is going to be a bit of a different video. So if you all are lurking or if you don't like this format, I apologize. I'll get back to regular viewing next Sunday. And I'm going to have a video come out this week because Junetober starts in a week. And if you don't know what Junetober is, go check out my videos. And you can kind of see what that is. And you can check out Christina's channel and hear me kind of explain it there. But if you're waiting for Junetober like I am, all of the kits that are available for purchase came out today on Lottie's Magic Attic Etsy shop. So if you want to go check that out, I don't have any links with me because I am on my cell phone. So my apologies. Hi, Chris. It's great to see you. I'm so happy to see all of you here. If you're lurking up in the balcony, I hope you're having a great day. So let's start off with what I'm grateful for this week. I didn't have a bad week. I didn't have like an exceptionally great week. I had a pretty good week. I am grateful for being able to take control of what I think I need with my self-care. And I think that's really important. So I don't know what you guys do other than art. I do art as well, but I brought my book with me over here in my beach bag. I brought my beach hat. And I'm going to be out here for a few hours because then I have a play date with my grandson this afternoon after nap time. So that's exciting. I'm going to go ahead and get some water and kind of check out the scene behind me. Not a whole lot's going on. People are just kind of setting up. It's Memorial Day weekend. I park right here. I'll kind of do a 360. So I park right here behind me along the wall. So if you're familiar with Carlsbad at all, it's the wall is what it's called. So I'm able to park right there. They have free parking in the city. So I do like coming to the beach here. Less lifeguards, but that's okay because I don't have any young kids with me. Um, There's a whole volleyball beach tournament kind of just starting over there. Kids are actually swimming in the water, which I'm cold. So, I have to remember people are like not from here and they vacation here too. But so that's just kind of my scene today. Hey Ellen, welcome, welcome. You're probably gonna get some unflattering views of me because I'm gonna try to scroll through so I can see everything. Um, okay. Christina, I'm super excited. We're doing a Junetober review, me and Tammy at Paper Nest. That's right. So she's Christina and Tammy are going to be doing the Junetober review, and that kicks off June 1st. Very exciting. So if you want to go join Lottie's Magic Attic Facebook group, you can do that today. Check out her Etsy shop. Go pick up the freebies that are in there. I've been kind of playing with those all month, and excuse me, I'm kind of out of breath because I had to like walk on the sand from my car twice because I forgot my water. But yeah, so that's exciting. And what are you guys grateful for today? I never really I do ask, and I don't know. I need to ask, part of me being in my master's of counseling and being a counselor, I need to really sit and kind of process that information with people. But I know I'm always on here telling you what I'm grateful for. And so that's what it is this Sunday. I'm going to go home and put that in my gratitude jar before I pick up my grandson. But I'm grateful for self control and being able to take control of what I deem I need when I need it. And let's see. Oh, you guys are talking about where you are. Oh, like inland. Or I don't know if any of you are near me. I think a lot of you are like out of state. Oh, Ellen, you're so sweet. Thank you. We need to tell my kids that. Anyway, so yeah, and I was up last night till like 10 o'clock doing my son's laundry. So I'm pretty sure he's grateful for that. But it was after he got work, he dropped it off, and then I'll pick him up later. Um, this is just I just kind of want to talk to you guys and see what's going on. I know I have a few people that are probably lurking and watching. If I walk any closer to the water, you're probably not going to be able to hear me. And I do have people fishing down there, so I don't like to walk down there when they're fishing. And it always kind of creeps me out. I'm going to be perfectly honest that people are swimming right where you're fishing because I've seen the things that they pulled in even from shore here, and I don't want to know that I'm swimming with that in knee deep of water, but you are. You know what I mean? Um, Aw, thanks, Mom. So that's my mom. I know you guys, she's here every Sunday. She kind of chats and does the banter and everything. I do have to tell you, I do have some show and tell, but I didn't bring it with me because I did not dare to get this sandy or wet or anything. I didn't bring anything with me except for a book in my phone so I could chat with you guys because I'm really just going to kind of take a few hours to meditate. I just need it to be calm and quiet. And of course, I have projects at home I'm working on, and I finished my homework for the weekend. I do have to submit that. I don't want to forget that. Um, but I did join the Googelli coloring group that Chris is a part of on Instagram because I was invited by Jane. I talked about it on my impromptu live on Friday. Um, Very intimidating, very intimidated. I never even thought I would want to color Googelli, or it's very fine, detailed arts because I do like the cozy, comfy coloring. And I'm kind of branching out from that because of you guys, basically. So I did order the book. It's the green book. I think it's Colorful something. I honestly forget what it's called, but I ordered it off of Amazon. It was 28 bucks. And I was really I shouldn't have done that. Why are you ordering something that's $28? A coloring book? Like, what's wrong with you? I got this thing in the mail yesterday. Wow. I am thoroughly impressed. I know Chris said I would love the book. She's saying I'll love the book. And she said I would love the paper. Well, because it advertised itself as upgraded sketch paper or thick sketch paper. And so I was a little bit leery about that because I like to do the whole mixed media. And no joke, it's like a really thick watercolor paper and like it's had the texture of like a mixed media paper as well. I really, really like it. And he is, I don't know if it's a he or a she, Gugeli. I'm assuming it's a male, but that's just, I shouldn't assume things. They are like a very talented artist, a Chinese artist, and I got a signature copy. Like it's signed by Gugeli. And I was like, oh, then this was worth the $28. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this whole book. Like, I looked at the Dog Man that you guys did and the page that you guys are doing 91 or 92, which is right around that area. And I'm like, oh, like theirs turned out fabulous. But I think I'm just going to start somewhere and it's going to help me expand my coloring skills, if you will. And some of the pages in there I noticed were perforated, if I'm saying that right, were perforated. And so I could take them out. I could scan them if I want to kind of practice a little bit here and there because I have some mixed media paper that will feed through my printer. I'm very excited about that. So, do you guys have any crafty finds that you've purchased lately that you were like, maybe I shouldn't have splurged like that, but then you were very impressed when it arrived? Like, I'm very excited. He's very, very talented. I keep calling him a he, but I hope that's right. Everything's in Chinese. I can't read anything, which is Mandarin, right? I can't read it, but it's like an authentic book that is signed. So I'm very excited about that. Um, oh, yeah, you got a signed copy as well. Yeah, I didn't even know that that was a thing, I guess, because when I was Googling these Gugeli coloring books, so look them up if you don't know what I'm talking about. I don't have access to links. My apologies. Um, there's a few of them, like one with like a green, it's like the green book, but it has like a green kind of like a green ribbon on the bottom, I guess, and one has a red one. So I'm prepping for Junetober. If you don't know, I love Halloween. My son got this cup for me for Christmas. So if it like freaks you out, my apologies. I think, the TikTok shop got them, but I love it. Um, yeah. And I wasn't expecting a signed copy or anything. So I did get that. We could like probably go on a little walk down here and there. But if you guys have any questions or we could do just like a Q&A, I'm going to try to put my drink back in my drink holder and that's not working. Again, I was just going to keep this fairly short and simple, and we were going to. I just kind of wanted to know, like, aside from crafting, what do you do for self care? I do a lot. I try to do more of this than I actually do. Um, and like I said, you're getting a raw version of me today. I'm not wearing any makeup or anything. I do have my sunglasses on because it's pretty bright down here, and then I won't be able to see the screen if I take them off. So there's that. Um, but yeah, I do a lot of reading and I haven't had a lot of time to do the reading, even on my long weekend. And so that's been kind of disappointing. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just basically going to put myself in timeout Sunday morning. I hope you all understand. And I thought I'm going to go to the beach. I'm going to read for a few hours. I'm going to talk to the people and see what my crafty friends like to do and just kind of see what y'all are up to on this beautiful Memorial Day weekend. Now, I could get a little bit closer because it seems like all the sailboats are coming out of the harbor, which Oceanside is just down here to the north of me. And all of the sailboats are coming out. So there's obviously something going on for the weekend. So normally I do go to the Oceanside beach, like if I have my grandson with me, because there's a lot of lifeguards down there. So I'm kind of glad I didn't go down there. It's very expensive parking and there's something going on. So, dance or walk? Oh, Christina, I love that. I go walking. I used to go walking at a preserve near my house a lot more than I do now because it doesn't necessarily feel safe. Dancing is fun, although I'm not very great at it. But if you guys like to do stuff like that on YouTube, I love Get Fit with Rick. He's fun because he is like a fast speed walk, and I love the music that he does. He tells you what he's doing. You get to see the move that he's doing next. and I can fall flat on my face, which I hope I don't, but it's okay because I'm in my own living room. So I think that that's fun. Um, Regattas on a cloudy day. No, so we're not like Florida or anything because we're over here on the West Coast. This is it. Like my stuff is behind me here. We just kind of like throw our stuff out on the beach and we post up. The lifeguard keeps watching me. I think he wants to know what I'm doing. And the lifeguard tower is behind me. The further down I go, there's only one more lifeguard tower, and then that's it. And then it goes into Encinitas right there. So I'm kind of at the end of Carlsbad because of parking. So yeah, no, we don't really do any of that. The private resorts sometimes do, but because these are public city beaches, they don't really allow them to take up sections of the beach like that because it is a public beach. Private beaches are going to be a little bit further south where more of the money is. So you're going to find that stuff there. That's just where that is. Um, oh, you're a dark Halloween girly. I'm actually an all Halloween girly. Flo, I like dark. I like whimsy. I like cutesy. I like kids. I like everything. I better not fall as I'm over here standing on a sand mound. I kind of like all of it. So nails yesterday to, I don't know if you can see them. I can't really see what you're seeing, I think. I don't know if it's very clear. So if I get foggy or I cut out, let me know. I think I need to go back this way because now I only have one bar. So the closer to the lifeguard tower I get, I lose bars. So I kind of did a nod to Mermaid with my little holographic green and purple, and then the purple with my nails. And then I did a nod to June-tober coming up because it's kind of Halloween-y as well, without it being like completely dark or anything. So yeah, that's exciting. Um, let's see. Oh, okay. So you can see. So you can really see me, and I can't really see me. So you're just getting like a version like you didn't know existed. That's kind of embarrassing and vulnerable at the same time. But you know what? If we're not here to learn from each other and like open ourselves up to different things, different experiences, and new people, how boring would we be? Like we would be unhappy and bored. And speaking of getting my nails done, I did splurge and get a pedicure as well. And I'm probably ruining my pedicure with all this sand. But you know what? I'm just going for it. I'm not going to let that stop me. I've been going to that nail salon long enough to where if it gets ruined within 3 days, they'll redo it for me. Um, but yeah, that's about it. I don't, I mean, that's just kind of my week. I do have some new paintbrushes coming in because my cat attacked my Hobby Lobby paintbrushes, and now they're like fraying. And I don't want to give them to her because when I get my new paintbrushes, I'm afraid that she's going to think that they're hers. And then we were having a discussion on my Friday Live about all their Hobby Lobby's Master's Touch is heavily discounted, but Coloring View was thinking that they were taking that away. So where's the hobby in the lobby, guys? I'm a little bit sad if that's true. Let's see. Dancing is great for creativity. Anything, yeah, I do agree with you, Christina. I'm a little bit behind in comments, so I apologize. I was going to try to get closer to the water for you all, but I don't think my bars are going to cooperate with that. I kind of need to go back to where I was. Um, Anything I think that gets the blood flowing and the brain thinking and all of that kind of helps remove those creative blocks. So if you just want to dance and get funky with it in your living room, I suggest Get Fit with Rick. I like that a lot. I like him a lot. He's funny. He doesn't offer as much for free on YouTube as he used to because he has his own app now, and that's kind of how that goes. But I'm not paying $45 a month for it either. So yeah, gym memberships and subscription services like that aren't going to be my thing. I have a little treadmill at home that I can do when I kind of need to mix it up. Getting a workout walking on the sand, you guys. um, yeah, okay. You're going to Google it. Thank you. Okay, perfect, Chris. So you can see everything. That's good. trying to get my steps in while I'm here. And yeah, so if you hear any news about Hobby Lobby getting rid of all that, that would be a real big downer. I want the hobby back in my lobby. I want the Tim Holtz back in my Hobby Lobby. And they didn't even replace it with, like, they just got rid of them. They upped their Cricut game. So if you're a Cricut crafter, like, they have 2 aisles of that now. I'm a former Cricut addict, basically, but I've expanded. I like to get a little bit more creative and less technical. I don't want to have everything be dependent on my computer. Um, but Michael's still has Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to have to go back over here because I have somebody trying to walk where I'm trying to be. Um, Michael's has Hobby Lobby, or Michael's still has Tim Holtz. Hobby Lobby does not. But Michael's is being a little bit smart about it, and they are, Recollections is stepping up the game to where they're taking away, they're putting in with their own brand. So we're not really missing a whole lot, although the Paper Studio has a lot of Hobby Lobby, but they're not replacing what you're missing. And that kind of makes me sad. So there's a little bit of that. Hey, Jane. Welcome, welcome. So we're just doing self-care on the beach today. I don't know how well you can see. Like I'm saying, I can barely see, and that's probably just because of my screen. I would probably need to make it brighter. It's on an auto adjust. We have like a whole, I was going to say surfing, but that's not correct. Sailboats are all coming out by the droves. They're all like a big line. And they're all coming out of the harbor, and they're kind of sailing down the coast. And I assume it's something going on for Memorial Day weekend. So that's fun to see. And then we were just discussing, like, what do we like to do for self-care besides art? I like the reading. I like the beach. If I have meetings at the city of Carlsbad every once in a while when I have to sit in for another supervisor who can't go. And right after, because it's right, it ends at like noon. So then, that's lunchtime. And I'm going to go have lunch on the beach. And when I come down here at like 12:30 on a Tuesday, you won't believe how flippin' crowded it is. And it's not crowded with like people just playing on the beach. That's not what it is. It's crowded with a bunch of people sitting up by the wall, because I think that's where you get the better service, on their laptops. So they're like working. I want that gig. I want that work from home gig, and I can be on the beach on a Tuesday working. I think that would be fun. They will still sell craft and art supplies. Well, that's good to know because I hadn't Googled it yet. Thank you, View, for doing that for us. I hadn't Googled it yet. When you said something on Friday, I was getting a little bit sad. But I know Michael's is doing good. And I'm really enjoying my Faber-Castell, the Aquafaber. Is that, I'm saying that right? I don't know. Pencils. I really like that. So I think that's exciting. So maybe they're just revamping. They're trying to fill a need because Joann's is gone, but Michael's got their intellectual property. And fun fact, I don't know if y'all are on TikTok, but I'm looking to get my passport because I want to travel in the next few months. I'll be coming to visit somebody in the chat. And I want to get my passport, not my real ID, because, it just, and if I want to go to Mexico for an afternoon and go to lunch or whatever, I can and come back. Staples purchased Party City. So the Staples baddie is on TikTok, and I saw her talking about it. They got all of Staples got all of Party City intellectual property. So the stuff that they sold at Party City, party supplies and balloons and bouquets and things like that, not as much as what it used to be, right? But they're there. So I think that's exciting. Court cases. Oh my, sounds like I need to do some Googling. Oh, court cases. They're going to be pushing everything Master's Touch. Okay, so maybe they're redoing Master's Touch. And so they're discounting what they have, and they're going to come out with a whole new line of Master's Touch. I got to tell you, I think Master's Touch needs to step up their game a little bit, just between us. Because Michael, when I buy Recollections brands, I don't feel that I'm buying a store brand. I know that I am. And with the paper packs, I kind of do because they're not double sided, but that's okay. It just makes me use what I have in my stash. But like quality, I don't feel the quality misses anywhere with that. And it saves us money. Master's Touch, I do a little bit, and I'm not a professional artist. I know like a lot of you on here are professional artists, so let me speak for myself, not the masses. Master's Touch, I do feel like I am using like a student grade or a generic brand product. Like my paintbrushes, they're not that old. They're pretty old, I guess, 2019. So I mean, I don't feel like that's old because then what? I'm old. I mean, I don't know. I just don't feel like that's very old, but I do feel a decline in quality at that point. So I'm hoping the ones that I got on Amazon and may not be better quality. It's Amazon. You never know what you're gonna get. I'm hoping they'll hold up a little bit better. Jane, you kind of are a professional artist, just so you know. I'm so amazed by what you guys do. And that's why, and I know View has talked about this before, I like hopping between the communities. I really don't think that there's any difference between the crafting community and the coloring artist community. I know there is with like professional painters and things like that. I follow Lindsay Wyrick. I'm not new. I know what's going on. Definitely not up to snuff with her. Love getting inspiration. I think she's a great creative mind, but I love paper crafting. I love all things paper, and I will go dabble with the colorists, and I will go dabble, stay in my lane and dabble with my crafty peeps. Like, yeah, I'm not going to discriminate that way. I think it's like one big community because art is art. Who's to say what's not art? Who's to say what's not creative? Who's to say what's not crafty? If we are creating something with our own two hands out of whatever it may be, I don't care if a different illustrator drew the paintings or whatever. I could never draw like Gugeli, darn it. I could never do that. But I'm glad I have the opportunity to work in that book and I can make Gugeli come to life. So I think that that's really cool. Um, I'm trying not to support Mr. Bezos. You know, me too, but I'm failing. I'm failing. I'm sorry, I admit it, I fail. Why do they make it so damn easy? I have a wagon and a scooter coming in today for my grandson. Don't tell. Um, Very excited because we're going to be taking him to the fair because I just bought tickets for the fair yesterday at Costco. And we take him to the fair every year, my daughter and I, just us stay. And so I wanted a wagon this year rather than his stroller because he's almost 2. And then grandma needs a wagon too and she's out buying the water and the heavy things and we don't want to carry everything all the time. I've got this like shoulder thing going on the last few weeks and they just make it so easy. They're like, do you want it tomorrow? I'm like, well, yeah, that would be nice. Oh, but you could order more and get it in fewer shipments all at once. Oh, well, then I need to look and see what else I need to stop that. But then I don't always have time to go out either, and I'm not a Temu shopper, and you know it is what it is. I'm doing my best here. Um, I will have it by my birthday. Oh, your birthday's soon, isn't it? And Coloring View, aren't you going on a cruise in May? And we're gonna all watch you cruise the seas. I'm very excited about that. I want to go on a cruise too. But then, is it the Poop Cruise documentary? Is on Netflix, and that scared me a little bit. And I'm not gonna lie. And then that whole hantavirus thing that's going on, cruise ships scare me a little bit. But I want to go. But I know it matters who you cruise with, too. My friend did tell me that. It does matter who you cruise with. So I'm going to be going to Puerto Rico with her next year for my graduation gift to myself. That's like in the works, and that's another reason why I want to get my passport now. That, and I have something to pick up in Washington State in about late August, early September. Mother, don't ask me what it is. Don't ask me what it is. Yeah, it's hard too. Probably Chris 7 cruises, great trips. Okay. What do you cruise on, Ellen? That's a form of self-care too. Vacation, travel. If you can afford it, like, hey, do it. I'm gonna have less time coming up off because I'm entering my internship in a few weeks and I can only miss so many hours of that. And I don't want to fall behind in graduation and my whole trajectory that I'm doing. Number one, that's expensive. It has me paying for more classes. Number two, it takes up more time. And number three, I'm too damn old to be wasting time. And it's time to get in and get out kind of thing to decide. I think I'm going to go for certified for telehealth therapy. If I do it or not, I don't know, but I want to be marketable a little bit and I want to have the freedom to be able to do that. So Royal Caribbean. Okay. That's what my friend said too. Okay. So that's good. You always have good experiences. See, we're out of San Diego, and what happens is Carnival is really easy, and that's where I think the problems come. And that's where I think that whole Food Cruise documentary is from Carnival, because they are affordable, and I don't think they pay their people very well, and their safety precautions aren't so great. So I don't know. There's that. End of September. And end of September. An art retreat. Oh, on a cruise ship? Oh, wow. Okay. I want to go. That's exciting. You're in Australia, though, right? So you've got some real, like, fun, beautiful weather. Um, Bye, Crystal. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. I'm in the middle of watching your yesterday live. Girl, you go on so early. It's on a Saturday for me. It's not early for you, but it is for me. So on my drive down here, I was watching you. So I love your ideas. You definitely inspire. So thank you for coming. And you don't want to forget to do what you got to do, right? All inclusive resorts. Okay. Fancy. That sounds great. That sounds like a treat. And then the cruises you can do on a payment plan if you need to, right? Like it's not that big of an issue. Um, it's an art retreat in Nova Scotia. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Thanks, Chris. In Canada. Okay. Are you in Canada or are you in Australia? Am I confused? I'm probably confused. You can tell me I'm confused. I know Di's in Australia, but for some reason I thought you were too. But now I think about it, I can hear your voice. I believe you're probably in Canada, huh? Yeah. Who knows what's going on? I'm going to have all these kids yelling by me. I think I might need to move. Listen to me. I think I might need to move. Like, do they not know I'm meditating? I'm just being funny. I'm being rude, actually, but I'm kind of being funny at the same time. Um, Canada. Okay. I don't know why I thought Australia. I just thought you were somewhere exotic. Australia seems exotic to me. But you know what? Whatever. Oh, could you not see me for a minute? I'm trying to move to where I gain the bars because I'll lose them and then I try to move back to where I gain them. So, do you guys have any questions? Like, for me, this is kind of going to be your opportunity to ask me any questions. You know, I'm not going to tell you like my social security number and stuff, but just so we could kind of get to know each other and chat. And rather than only crafting and you seeing my hands, I know I posted a picture of myself on Instagram before, but not everyone is on Instagram. So, oh, close cousins are the Aussies to us. Okay, sorry, I have to move it back. I either need to get my readers on or I need to figure, I can't pick them all. I need to pick my battles here. So I need to move it away so I can read it or move it. She has that accent. So I wasn't wrong, right? I know it's a Canadian accent now I think about it, but for some reason I'm thinking, yeah, it happens. It happens. What do you all have planned for today? Does everybody have a long weekend as well? I'm on day 3 being off. Super excited about that. Get my grandbaby later today. We're going to do homemade pizzas because I'm a sourdough girly and I've kept my starter, and her name is Matilda, and I'll tell you why in a moment. I kept my starter in the fridge for the last 3 weeks because I've been so busy and I've had a lot going on with my son and things like that. So I just haven't had time. Took her out yesterday. It was very nice. Is this yesterday? I think it's yesterday. Um, Took her out, kind of put her like in the windowsill little area, stirred her up. I'll be damned within a few hours if she didn't have mold growing on her. Coming out of the fridge into the warmth. I didn't even think about that. So had to throw her away. She died, but I had a backup Matilda in the fridge And I started feeding her and she's growing. So we're going to be making pizza out of her today. And yeah, I love making sourdough bread. I love making muffins. I like making the muffins for my grandson. The pancakes are fun, but um, the recipe is a little bit complicated compared to just pouring some Bisquick. I don't know. It's better for you. So, we have all of that, living organisms and all of that. Matilda, too, saved the day. She really did. And so now I'm going to make her have my backup Matilda is now the active Matilda. And now we need to create another backup Matilda. And I have, so when they get really good and going, they bubble over. And so I always have her on a paper plate. So if she does that, not all is lost. And I can dehydrate those bits of starter. And I have a whole baggie full of that in my cabinet. So if y'all wanted some Matilda, let me know. We can swap some Happy Meal. I did get her from a friend who is very gardeny. I don't know what to say. I know, like they say, whatever what they're saying now. They're silly. Um, she's very likes to bake, and we all like to do all that, swap recipes and bake, and how very suburban of us, I guess. But yeah, that's what we do. So I did get her from there, and she gave me a really nice, active, strong starter. So have you guys ever seen the movie Matilda with Danny DeVito? My favorite desserts. Okay, now you're gonna make me think. I love dark chocolate. Anything. So I used to only be German chocolate cake girl, and I love German chocolate cake my whole life. That's my favorite cake ever. But I love a good like chocolate cheesecake or a swirl cheesecake. Pumpkin cheesecake's one of my favorites with a drizzle of dark chocolate on it. I love that. That's the Golden Girls in me now. I do have a Golden Girls tattoo on the back of my neck, so there's that. And that's an ode to my grandma. Um, what is your favorite dessert, guys? You're gonna make me hungry. I did. Well, I have my breakfast burrito, and I did bring some dark chocolate acai berry covered berries that I got at Costco yesterday. So those are good. So we can have those. Would customs allow living organisms in the mail? I love sourdough. You know what? I didn't even think of that. Matilda. Yeah. I don't know because I'm a design team for Crafty Critta. They're in Australia, and they normally once a quarter send me things to use for my design team projects, and they haven't been able to do that since all of this nonsense. And so I ordered from them instead, which shipping did go up, which, okay, that's to be expected. They're in Australia, and the whole customs thing is messy right now. But I think I am going to move, guys. We have like a whole loud bit coming in. Um, but a lot of their stuff won't ship to me. And because she said it's because she gave me extra freebies and like a little envelope it's a thank you card, and she shoved a bunch of extra freebies into it. And she didn't declare that. She just put it as gift, and they didn't like it, so they sent it back. And I eventually got it, but it took about a month and a half. And normally I get their stuff in 2 weeks flat. So yeah, it is nonsense. Ugh. Don't get I'm not a political channel, so let's like not get going there. But it's a bull honky. That's what it is. So I don't know. We could try. But is it an active organism if she's not fed? I mean, can we challenge that scientifically? So yeah, I'll give you bits and pieces of Matilda. So I did watch the movie Matilda. I actually went and got my tattoo on my arm from a tattoo artist nearby. She's a young, very, very talented girl who apprenticed her dad, who owned the shop, and then she kind of took it over. Very, very savvy young lady. Love her. So if you're watching, hey, I don't think she watches, but when I do go get a new tattoo or talk to her, she's like, hey, I saw this, I saw that. So, But she said something about, we had a big long discussion about Matilda the movie, and childhood memories and things like that. So I went home and I watched it, and then I was starting sourdough that weekend, and hey Tammy, and I was like, I'm convinced that this sourdough starter is smarter than me. So her name is Matilda, and Matilda was born, and to this day, that bitch is smarter than me. But if she's not fed, she's not alive and active. So I could send her on. No, they do go through those packages, right, Jane? They must. If we had that whole hookup with my thank you card from Australia, so they must. I'm so glad you joined me, Tammy. We're talking about. Oh, that's nice. We come here for the waves and the meditation, but we have to listen to your radio. I am gonna move. I think that's rude. Um, I'll walk over here this way. I don't think I like listening to me talk, but hey, I was here first. Let's see. Well, bye, Jane. Thank you for coming. I'm probably only going to be on here a few more minutes because I am going to pick up my stuff and move a little bit over here because I come here to listen to the waves. I'm probably going to scoot down here and do that. Usually you can send, and if you're sending biohazards, you have to label it and declare what it is. It would depend on where you're sending it to. Well, sending it to Jane. Is it a biohazard? Sourdough starter is a biohazard? I need to Google this because if we want to start doing some fun little swaps, I know Delise and I are going to do a little bit of a fun Happy Mail swap from when I was on your channel, Christina. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Um, Sourdough is not. Okay, thank you. So that's good. I could wrap her and make her look pretty and make her look like an art project, right? Um, let's see if I was missing anything. I don't think I'm missing anything. So yeah, that's just kind of where we are with the day, and this is how I'm starting my day. I'm probably going to be here for like another hour, hour and a half once I move myself over here. And one of their children is trying to look through my bag, which is a little bit weird. The dad called them over, so okay. Different parenting styles for different parents. You tried for a whole year to get your sourdough. You gave up? No, don't give up. It's hard. It's just, perseverance and practice and patience. And here's where I went with it because it is a form of fun self care for me. I do not measure anything. Sourdough community will come for me. I know they will. That's a whole different community all on its own. I'm not in any of those Facebook groups because those people are not happy people. But I started out measuring in cups because I'm not measuring in grams. I don't have patience or time for all of that. And then I went to measuring for consistency when I fed her. And that's the best results I've ever gotten when I feed her for consistency. And you want like a really thick pancake batter consistency. The thicker she is, the stronger she is, the slower she'll grow, but the longer she'll live. So there is that. Until there would be a front art project. So yeah. You can email me, you can DM me your address. We can change addresses and exchange addresses, and we can kind of mail each other off. And I would love to see what you guys do. Okay, bye, Mom. Thanks for coming. Love you. See you later. Yeah. It's just, all in good fun. But yeah, people get even my friend, she gets very like uptight about the grams and having to measure everything in a gram and all of that. And I have a scale, but that's not what I'm using it for. Using it to weigh stuff for my other baking, for my cheesecake and all that, which my form pan, the snap on it came off, so I have to get another one of those. But yeah, It was the actual making of the bread. Okay, so that takes a long time. And so what matters, Tammy, is the making of the bread part is what has been the thorn in my side. But I finally have it down to where I can make a really good loaf. And you know what really has helped me is my son bought me a sourdough pan for Christmas from Costco. It was a whole kit. And that pan is no preheat, no nothing. You just stick your dough in it and you stick it in. And it bakes the best. I get the best, crispiest, crust like buttery crust that there is. And that's a no fail. I really tried with my cast iron Dutch oven. I tried with other Dutch ovens, like the whole preheating thing. It gets too hot. I burnt crust. It gets too cold. I don't know. I don't know what it is with this pan, but I love this loaf pan. So there's that. But yeah, that takes a while. But you could make everything. You could just do the sourdough starter and make anything you want from it. You could make muffins. You could make pancakes. You could make my favorite is the pizza. So that's what I use my cast iron for is the pizza crust. That's freaking delicious. I love that. You just read the court cases for Hobby Lobby. Oh, you said, wow, smuggling stolen artifacts? Not the Christian Hobby Lobby that's closed on Sundays. They wouldn't do that. What? You mean to tell me some religious people don't have morals? Color me shocked. Huh. That's actually a really big deal. I had no idea about that. That's kind of screwed up. What the hey? What's going on? Why are we doing that? Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Religious violations and homophobia. Yeah, that's my daughter gets so mad if I go in there, but I'm like, they have the decorations out for 50% off, and I do get scolded for all of that. Trust me. So I really try to frequent Michael's a lot more, and Michael's has been kinder to me. Honestly, I have not been disappointed. So, loved me some Joanne's. That girl, damn her. Did you say Hobby Lobby is gangster? I just saw that. You switched it to ha ha ha. Yeah, in their own way, right? Hobby Lobby Mafia. Oh no! Wow, I can't believe they have all that going on. That's crazy. Yeah, so I'm probably just going to end here, unless if you guys have more questions for me or you want to talk more sourdough and more Hobby Lobby Mafia. Um, sometimes I want a Chick-fil-A sandwich on Sunday. Me too. Chick-fil-A is delicious. Chick-fil-A is dangerous though, because I work next to a Chick-fil-A, which is actually next door to the Hobby Lobby. And I have the app on my phone only because at my old program, they were kind of right around the corner as well. And that Escondido location used to do a lot of celebrations or of different heritage months and a lot of stuff. And so they would give out free sandwiches. And so that's why I was doing that. And me and my coworkers would go in there. But they're like, oh, you haven't seen us in 13 days. You must be hungry. Here's a free something in the app. And I'm like, you bastards. Why can't we have Chick-fil-A on Sunday? I love their chicken. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. See, this is where I said you're going to get the vulnerable, raw version of me, and you're just going to be like, that girl is crazy. But hey, I am what I am. Here I am. Take me or leave me, but I'm still here. Vibing and thriving. That's all it takes. Now those workers are so nice. Like they are really cool. Okay, so I've met a few. The politeness scares me. Sometimes if somebody is too polite, it's a little bit scary. Um, I have seen a few Hobby Lobby employees that are middle-aged women, as of myself, like me, and they seem very stressed or very something. And I'll ask, I'll be like, hey, like I've thought about like working here as like a side job or whatever to like supplement my get the whole pack of birds up here. It's fun to supplement my little crafty addiction. She goes, no, don't work here. You'll hate it. I go home with heart palpitations. And So I was like, why? She said because of the whole, they have like an archaic system. People wait in line. They're really rude. She's like, these crafters are not nice. And I was like, oh. And she says that they're very hard on their employees. Like they kind of overwork them and they're not functioning friendly. So I'm trying to figure out where I can move to because now they're doing a soccer ball over my head. So they're not being nice. Like be good community members, guys. Oh, you are fun and fab. Thank you, Tammy. I'm going to put that right on the stage because F it, why not? Let's celebrate our wins, right? Um, yeah, life's too serious, or life's too short to take everything too serious, and life is too serious to be serious all the time. I got to act off the wall a little bit. If I don't, I'm going to lose it. Oh, goodness. So, yeah, well, I'm probably going to end here. I'm going to move my chair just a little bit because I've got a little family sitch going on where they keep turning their radio up because they're so polite. Normally, the city doesn't allow you to do that, so I'm a little bit surprised. I think the lifeguard's looking at them now. I think they're going to be asked to turn it down. Yeah, I'm in that kind of a city, but it's the free parking, and I like this beach better. It's cleaner, it's nicer. Normally, everyone's really polite here, so I'm not letting anyone ruin my meditation, and that's going to be that. I am going to, I forgot. Well, I didn't really forget, but I ran out of time. I forgot to play with the freebie for Lottie's Magic Attic this past week. And the last freebie is going to be coming out on Tuesday. So I think I'm going to do a twofer this next week in a video and let you know that you guys can go check out the kits if you want to buy them. And, whatever. If not, don't do it. And if you don't have Facebook, you don't have the capability to print anything, play with your stash, play along with your stash. There's going to be a YouTube hop, play along. And you can, the uncle wants to like get friendly with me now. Okay, gosh, guys. Okay. Um, you could just play along with your stash. We've all got a hoard. Use it. Use it. You don't have to, if you can't print, don't stress. Just join and have fun. Tracy doesn't want to alienate anybody, and I want to see what you make because I like playing stuff in my stash out of ideas that I get from other creators and designers, and I like to see what's going on. Yeah, and then I'm in the middle of the weird swap, the weird mini signature swap, which I believe Tammy's in that too. So if y'all want to go in there, there is a Facebook group. I do not have the capability of the links. My apologies. I will try to post that in my stories later today if that's what you want to join, but you have till the end of the month to create. I think it's 4, but Tammy and Christina said 6 or 7 mini signatures. So I'm just going to probably create 6 or 7 just to be safe and make it as weird as you want. What is weird to you is not weird to me. So that's the fun part of it. And that's what I really get to use up my stash. So I'm excited about that. And I played with my printer settings a lot. My mouth is getting dry. Played with the printer settings a lot and I've been able to double print over things. So there's an eyeball up here and a nose here. Like it just like looks so funny because I'm printing on top of each other. So that's fun. Just do 4. Thank you. Because last time I talked to you guys, you were like 6 or 7. And I was like, I don't have time to do 6 or 7. So 4, so I'm halfway done. Yay. So that's exciting. And if we don't have any more questions for me, and I really enjoyed this fun Q&A. I enjoyed being on location, if you will. How silly to say. In my self-care Sunday capacity, I'm going to eat my world famous Angelo's breakfast burrito. I'm going to read my book. I'll show you what book it is. I've been reading it, and it's very funny. I have my old lady gardening hat here. So there's that. I'm going to have to situate my hair if that's what I want to do, though. But, if it gets too sunny, I'm a fair-skinned girl. We don't want to get sunburns. Now I'm getting hooked up on everything. My book, my breakfast burrito was still warm. Hallelujah. Let's put my hat back on it. Rules for the Summer by Megan Quinn. Loving it. I'm only 120 pages in. Okay, so I'm a book girly, but I'm kind of a slow reader book girly because I don't have time a whole lot. And then I lost my, okay, now we're getting like up too close and personal. I've got like hair going everywhere, guys. And there's that. My nose wants to get athletic on me, View, if you're still here. So there's that. I cold weather. But I'm reading this. I'm loving it. It's funny, laugh out loud, funny, and I'm a little bit irritated by the male counterpart in the book. So I know she's doing a good job, and we're gonna like love it all later, kind of thing. So that's good. I will enjoy. I hope you have a fabulous day. Happy Memorial Day if you're in the States. I assume you don't celebrate Memorial Day if you're out of the States. But what are you celebrating? Celebrate yourself. You work hard. You need to remember people and things. And not all the holidays are just to the Americans. Let's embrace it. I will see you guys soon. I will be doing a recorded video this week. I don't know if I'm going to do an impromptu live tomorrow. It kind of depends on how my day goes. I do have to clean my blinds. And I need to stay in my uniform all day, which is quite different from what this is right now. It's going to be pajamas. That's what I'm cleaning in. So, yeah, I don't know if I'll have time to go live. I want to do a flip through of that Gugeli book. So I might do a quick flip through of that because that book is freaking amazing. I'm going to have to move so I can almost kick that ball in my face. And I would have to kick something in somebody else's face. But yeah, going to move, going to read, going to enjoy the day. And I do want to do that flip through with you, Kelly. And then I can kind of show you the other stuff that I Amazon did. But I have new paintbrushes coming and I have some new Kuretake watercolors coming, the granulated stuff. I'm very excited for that. What am I going to use that on? I don't know, a background of some sort in my cozy, comfy coloring. There, I just justified it. Okay, guys, have a great day. Happy Sunday. Happy self care day. And it was wonderful talking to you all. Now you have a face to the name, so you don't just see the hands being like, what does that lady look like? I kind of like to put face to names. That's just how I am. That's how I remember you. And hopefully you'll remember me. So subscribe, like, share, and let's connect later. Bye, guys.